Good day to all of you. Our topic for today is about research. By definition, research, according to Celtis et al. In 1976, they stated that research is to search again, to take another more careful look, to find out more. Search again to take another more careful look, to find out more. It is a systematic quest for undiscovered truth by Liddy in 1974. It is a systematic attempt to provide answers to questions, as stated by Tuckman in 1972. It is searching for theory, for testing theory, or for solving a problem. And my very own personal definition, it is to search for solutions to a gap in knowledge in a systematic and scientific way. So what are the reasons? Why are we doing research? These are the definitions of research. My own definition, to search for a gap in knowledge in a systematic and scientific way. Finding a gap in knowledge is very difficult. And filling that gap, that's what we call research. And you do it in a systematic and scientific way. Finding a problem or a gap in knowledge is very hard. And finding solution to that problem or gap in knowledge is also equally hard, also equally difficult. And people are all over the world, researchers all over the world are searching for these gaps every day in their lives, day in and day out. They are searching for this gap. What are the reasons why we do research? To build knowledge, to understand various issues, to provide solutions to problems, to seek the truth. Most researches are published. The results of researches are published. So you can try to validate the findings of other researchers, whether what they say in their paper is true or not. That is also a research to nourish the mind. To nourish the mind, we do research to nourish our mind. Maybe for a long time you are interested in this problem, you cannot find a solution to it, and the only way to do it is to scratch the itch, do the research to find solution to that particular problem once and for all. These are the expectations, the ideal reasons why we do research. But the reality of it, this is the practical reasons why we do research. It is your job. For example, you are a research assistant in a laboratory. It's your job to do research, to do the dirty work of the researcher. You are hired to conduct tests, evaluate. It's your job. For undergraduate student, you do research because it is your job. It is a requirement for you to graduate in your 4-year engineering course. So it's your job. No choice. For a faculty in a university, it is our job to conduct research. It is our job to teach instruction. It's our job to conduct research. It's also our job to conduct extension. This is more valid reason than the ideal reasons why we do research. It is our job. Mostly it is our job. We do research for personal gain and interest. To get promotion, if you are a faculty member in a university, research is very important. We have this phrase called publish or perish. And by publishing, you can get a promotion through, especially if you are in state universities and colleges. There is a point system in the NBC 465 to get the promotion. One way of to be promoted in a quick way or in a fast way, in a speedy manner in an SUC is to publish a research. If you are solo article, if a solo author of an article, it's 5 points. Imagine that if you can finish 6 research, but if you can publish 6 researches within 3 years, that's 30 points already. So it's a big step in the promotion to achieve a dream or an ambition. When we are a child, we dream to be an Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, Thomas Alva Edison. And by doing research and publishing the results, we are one way or another achieving something, achieving our ambition to be like an Einstein. We have a research results published under our name, and whenever you type your name in Google, that research, you will see that research in Google. Most is another reason is to get money or fund. Yes, this is true. Especially if you can get an outside funding such as TOST, Picard, there is an honorarium that you can get from doing research. Also, if you can publish your research finding in a journal, there is also an incentives. There's also an incentive. So these are the real reasons why we do research. Again, these are the ideal and these are the practical or real reasons why we do research. Research endgame. It's not enough that you find solution, you can provide solution to various problems. After doing research, you have built knowledge, you have nourish your mind. Research has an end game. After finishing what you have done in your research, you need to, this is the end game, you need to present it in a scientific convention or a conference. In other nations abroad, this is the requirement for them, or even for undergrad students, at least present in a conference reports. There is a terminal report, monthly report, what you have already finished. There are always a report to submit. And when the whole project is already done, you need to submit terminal report. Publications. You need to publish your results in a journal, scientific journal, such as Scopus Index Journal, Web of Science Journal, or ASEAN Citation Index Journal. For those, some for some researchers, they can have a patent. Their end game or their goal is to have a patent to protect their intellectual property, the output of the research. It will become their intellectual property. And some, they can commercialize the product. And for some, this is their ultimate goal, commercialize their product. And we can see, especially in the US, even though they are undergrad students, they are already a millionaire because they have commercialized the research output. And I think this should be the culture also in the Philippines. After finishing your Bachelor of Science degree, have produced a good research, a good product, then you can commercialize it. That's why we have a subject, technopreneurship. For some, the end game is to travel to other places, especially when doing presentations. And most of the time, this is for free. For free. Imagine if you are undergrad student and you can travel, especially you can travel to other places in the Philippines just to present the result of your research or the findings of your research. And mostly these are funded by the school. And that is only applicable before the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, most of the presentations are done online. There are three types of research. Three kinds of research. Three types of research. The first one is the basic research. The planned systematic pursuit of new knowledge and understanding towards a general application. New. The keyword here is new knowledge and understanding towards a general application. So, basic research means it has not been done before. It is a new knowledge. Mostly this kind of research is done in the doctoral degree. Basic research. You need to find novelty in the research that you are doing. Novelty. It means it must be novel. It has not been done before. And you need to add to a body of knowledge if you are a doctoral student. In my case, my example will be in my own experience. When I'm doing my doctoral degree, formulating a new edge detection algorithm that is better than existing ones. So, if you are pursuing a doctoral degree, one of your problem, one of the problem that will be your biggest problem is finding a problem. You thought you do not have a problem in your life, but if you are a PhD student or doctoral student searching for a problem or a gap in knowledge is a very difficult problem. So in my case, I found a gap in age detection algorithm. There are three age detection algorithms, and I formulate a new one which are better than those three existing algorithms. So it boils down to a pursuit of new knowledge. Creating a new edge detection algorithm is a new knowledge, so that is a novel. So that is a basic research. The main question is, why is this important? Why it is important to formulate a new edge detection algorithm? In my case, it is important because the existing ones have their somewhat called weaknesses. And by using my new edge detection algorithm, I was able to produce a new edge detection algorithm that is better than existing ones. I think ONES, this one, erratum, ONES. The second type of research is action research. Acquisition of knowledge or understanding to meet a specific recognized need. Action research. So basic research, mostly in engineering premises. Basic research, you can do this using simulation. You do a mathematics. What I did is I do mathematics. Then simulate it in MATLAB or in Python. Then through my simulation, I have proved that it is better than the three existing ones. For action research in engineering premises, what I did is I applied my newly developed edge detection algorithm in finding the edge of green coffee beans. That's my action research. How can I use this? This is the main question being answered if it is an action research. So after having an algorithm, a basic research, I applied it in green coffee beans picture extraction, so it became an action research. And the third one is a development research. Development research, this is most of the time this is the type of research for engineering. We develop a device out of the algorithm and out of the simulation. We develop a device, and that is what we call developmental research. The application of knowledge and understanding towards the production or improvement of a product, service, process, or method. Example, incorporating the newly developed edge detection algorithm in a hardware such as Raspberry Pi microcomputer so that it can be used in extracting pictures of green coffee beans. So basic research is the algorithm, action research is the simulation. I ask, can I use my algorithm in green coffee beans extraction of edges? And the answer is yes. So what do I do with the knowledge that I gained from my basic research and simulation? I use it in developing a hardware for it by incorporating a Raspberry Pi computer. In my prototype, I have this LCD monitor. I have a camera, Raspberry Pi camera, and a Raspberry Pi microcomputer. And by taking the images of the copy, I can automatically extract the pictures of the green coffee beans, the color, the morphological features, as well as the textures of the coffee beans, which only takes a matter of minutes. So that's developmental research. So if you are an engineering, your research is a development research. If you are in the masteral, or especially in the doctoral level, your research can include basic research, which will require your novelty, action research, also a development research. For masteral level, most of the time, based from what I heard, they don't have this basic research or novelty, or it's not required to formulate an algorithm or something novel. The novelty comes in the action research part. So that's masteral level, action research part, and plus development research. So if you are masteral level, you need not to develop a new edge detection technique. You can already use the already existing ones, but the application must be original. That's in the master level. And if you are in the in the undergrad level, your research is more on development research, more on application, or more on application. You just use the algorithm of other person, the simulation of other person, just applied it in your hardware. So these are the agenda of CBSU students doing research, especially in the engineering. Whatever your course, if you are studying in CBSU, your research must fall within these 5 thematic areas. The first one is the agri-fisheries and food security. You are electrical engineering, computer engineering, electronics engineering. If you can think of a problem to solve in agri-fisheries and food security, then it is a valid research. Also, if you can think of a public health and welfare problems that you want to solve, it's a valid research. Social development and equality, even an engineering students can think of a problem, a developmental research concerning this societal development and equality. Also, if you are interested in this area, biodiversity and environmental conservation, it's up to you. It is concerned with the environmental stewardship and equitable allocation and sustainable use of natural resources. Smart engineering, ICT, and industrial competitiveness. Most of electrical engineering, computer engineering, and electronics engineering researches are falls on this thematic area. The term smart engineering covers the methods, processes, systems, and tools for the cross-disciplinary system-oriented development, innovative, and interconnected product services and infrastructure in the field of engineering. So these areas are very important because during your title defense, it might be us. Where is your research study falling into? What agenda in the CBSU research extension agenda is your study a part of? So if you can't answer that question, so the panel might ask you to repeat or redepends. But if you know these thematic areas, it's good. So before you start, your research must be aligned in these thematic areas. So which one will you choose? The caveat is the CBSU can sponsor your research. They can provide budget. Just do the necessary required documents. You can do budget, and the CBSU will give you budget for your research. So that will not be a problem. But under the faculty and student research grant, which I think is about 25,000 pesos. So that's all. I hope you learned something in our discussion about research. Thank you very much. This is the reference wherein I got my presentation. Most of it is from the presentation of Dr. Elmer Rico E. Mojica, entitled Research Activities During the Pandemic and the New Normal. It's an online seminar of CBSU Research Center held last November 3, 2020. Thank you very much.